Hey, what podcast is this?
This is podcast 33.
Well, what are we doing today?
Well, today we're going to watch the Twins a little bit while we talk.
Do you mean 2019 Central Division champion Twins?
That's the one that happened last night.
Right.
Yeah, look at you came prepared.
Whoops.
I didn't.
Yeah.
So today we thought it'd be fun to kind of watch a game while we talk a little bit.
Oh, is he gunning him out at the
plate?
Got him.
Oh, challenge that.
Yep.
Let's see, he might have got his hand in there.
Let's see Castro's reaction.
Oh,
Smeltzer's not happy.
Stuff.
Oh, what's he doing? Is he laughing or he get something poked in the eye? He got poked in the eye with his tag.
He got tagged out.
Right.
Okay, so what I was gonna say is before we get into the cool campaign that this year, quote unquote cool, legacy brand. So, what is a legacy brand?
Are you asking me or am I telling you?
Well, yeah, both.
It's the same thing. I just asked you. I would say a legacy brand is something that has history to it.
Yes.
All right.
Something that's probably been, a lot of history, obviously a lot of success. They probably have a very recognizable mark in their brand, logo, etc. Maybe a tagline. There could be a lot of different things that go into a legacy brand. But with that, and as times change, I think legacy brands, sometimes things need a little bit of a change to it. Maybe it's stale, it's not doing well, so sometimes things get changed a lot, tweaked a lot. Maybe it's a refresh, maybe it's a total redo. Then there's those that kind of stand the test of time. That's probably more your legacy brand. And there could be a lot of reasons why. But regardless, I think you think about we were talking before with Detroit, even the Twins. If you look at their brand, if you will, which or their visual part of their brand, not a lot has changed. Maybe it gets reused. They have a good base to their brand. And what's cool about that, and I think what the more and more that I've been looking at this campaign that was done this year, it's so very different. But I think they were allowed to kind of take some chances with it because they've got a defining visual legacy brand at the base of it. So they were able to do something different and make it totally feel totally fresh and still stay true to the core nature of it.
The campaign this year, I think I like parts of it. Like you and I were saying before that maybe we're not necessarily the target market. So what I guess one of my questions is, maybe in the creative brief is who is their target market? You and I have been Twins fans, since we were kids, so they don't really need to reach out to us and get us as fans. Mm-hmm. So are they going for a younger demographic, which would explain a lot of the creative that we've been seeing?
A lot of emojis in there. There's a lot of visual effects. Mm-hmm. I read an article about a lot of the inspiration came from 60s pop art. Mm-hmm. Not that it's verbatim, but you can tell there's an inspiration to it. There's a lot of repetitive nature. It's very graphic, very simple. Mm-hmm. I think the more and more as I kind of looked at it too, and looking at all the different ways they use it, posters. I think we saw mostly as we're watching TV. We haven't seen it yet, but I know I've seen it in past games we watched. Tons of motion graphics, so very graphic heavy motion graphics. But if you look at it's funny though, if you look at a lot of the elements, it's
E6.
It is an E6. I would have had that.
Yeah.
Maybe I should be playing in the majors. But one thing I did notice that there's a lot of texture to it. So if you think about you strip down to more of an art level from a more of a visual standpoint, there's a lot of texture. There's a lot of repetition. Very colorful. There's a lot of different base colors going on in there. There is simple typography. The whole thing is very simple as far as the elements, but then there's all this crazy stuff. But there's even I feel like there's elements of Japanese anime in it a little bit. I feel like there's this then there's all this when I go to the textures, there's their logo turning into grass or into you were saying the
fur,
which you're what?
But Taylor pointed out, it's probably for the bear, TC the bear.
Right. So it's all the texture aspects of the experience of going to a ballpark, the grass, Yeah, TC the bear.
They got something that like melts into Pepto-Bismol or maybe bubblegum, like Jalen also said. But
I
don't know.
It's a strange composition, or I should say a juxtaposition of things.
Ooh, good one.
But like I said, the more time you spend with it, no, again, we don't have to necessarily get it, but did we take attention to it? Did we notice it?
Right.
Heck yeah, we did.
I think the one where they have the TC and it's just basically embossed into a 3D thing. I don't like that one at all. But then they make it into a pretzel and dump cheese on it. I'm like, that looks kind of cool.
Right.
Oh.
Well, and then it's funny. Like I looked also at some of the other ways they used it, and there's a lot of like they use it in like environmental graphics around Minneapolis. So there was like all these unexpected places that you'd see this crazy stuff. You're gonna notice that. You're gonna think about Twins game.
So you talked about seeing it a lot on TV, which, you know, the more we talked about it, the more I realized I had seen a lot of it on TV. But like you say, maybe I shut down during commercial breaks, or that's when I'm running around doing stuff. A lot of times I'm working on my laptop at night. The place I saw it the most was Instagram. I follow them, and whenever you click on the Twins stories, it seems like every day they have dozens of photos on their story. So a lot of the stuff I saw was still.
Yeah.
I liked a lot of that 3-dimensional where they would have, I know there's one with Buxton where they showed him and he's kind of rotating around the screen while other stuff is moving.
Had that almost boomerang effect on your phone.
Yeah.
A little bit. Here's again, when you strip it all away though, one thing I did notice when you take it all in as a whole, and this is more of a design side of it, they obviously designed a very cohesive system to it all. Like all the base things, their typography, their color palette, everything was used in differing ways to give it like all a little bit different feel. But if you put it as a whole, it all looks like it goes together. So they did a really nice job of still working inside the brand elements, you know, and the identity of it. Where they went kind of crazy and stuff, you know, again, was it to my personal taste, like, I think it was so great, whatever? No, but again, like you said, the target audience thing, I don't know if because I think was supposed to appeal a little bit younger crowd. And if you look at all the elements involved, it is more of that mobile culture, I think, you know, that we're in now. A lot of different little things, you know, effects and things that you would see on other digital media, etc. So I don't know, it was definitely different than anything you'd see, and that's probably what made it great, is that they took a chance on something that, you know, a lot of other ball teams wouldn't be doing. They're probably still living in the nostalgia era, and and this was definitely a little bit more I don't know, futuristic's not the right word for it, but they're definitely more of an ultra modern kind of way of thinking and in the way they delivered it. So
well, and what you were saying earlier is we might not be the target market for this campaign, but at the same time, when I'm watching a game, it didn't distract from me, or I didn't go out of my way to think, what is that?
Right. Well, anyways, congratulations to the Twins. Right?
Thanks, Jeff.
And 33 in the books. See you later.